You can join, ma'am. You can join. My God, Samiksha. Sorry. Delete it quickly and do it again. Right click, arrow delete. Delete for everyone. Are you something else? Remember, she thinks I am typing this, huh? So please be very careful. I'll do it. You have to do it like this, please. Don't do that. That is what I mean. @ टाइप करो तो आप सिलेक्ट कर पाओगे कि आपको किसको सिलेक्ट करना है. That's odd. I have one in 2 places. Give me my phone. My phone is here.
No, dear, it's the same device. I have gone out and come back again 3 times. It's still showing me the same screen.
What do I do? Oops.
Yeah. So,
Okay. Greetings, ma'am.
Greetings.
I had to let Gauravji in to know whether there was an issue on my end or not. Gauravji, very good afternoon to you. Good
How are you,
evening.
Gaurav? He doesn't
I
say.
think he's not here yet.
Okay. 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 Shall we start letting the participants in?
Yes, ma'am, I've started.
Okay. So we'll just wait for everybody to join.
Sure.
If you have the visual of today's event, you can put that.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we have a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
We'll wait. Thank you. Participants, we kindly request you to keep your cameras and mics turned off for the time being. Thank you so much. Laila ji, can we request you to turn off your cameras, please? Participants, thank you. Okay. Yeah. Please. It is now 5 o'clock, ma'am. Shall we begin?
Well, yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay. Warm welcome to all our participants on this very special day. It's the birth anniversary of Friedrich Froebel, and it's a special session for us. So I will now introduce Dr. Swati Popatwats, who actually needs no introduction, but nonetheless, ma'am. With more than 35 years of experience, Dr. Swati Popatwats is the founder president of Early Childhood Association.
That's it. That's it. That's it. Just the
Why,
president
ma'am?
of ECA APER. That's it. So
Oh.
that we can spend more time on. If you want, you can talk a little about ECA APER. how they can become members, etc. And then I will take over.
Oh, ma'am, I will do that at the end of the session. It's planned for the end of the session.
Okay. So first, I would like all of you all to be welcomed to Early Childhood Association, which we fondly call ECA, and to the Association of Primary Education and Research, which we fondly say APER. So ECA basically takes care of quality of early childhood education and care up to the age of 6 years. And then APER takes care of the quality of care and education from 6 to 10 years. So they are two different organizations under one roof, and they both look after children in different age groups. If you have not visited our website, you must visit it. I'm going to be putting it here. It's www.eca-aper.org. You must visit it. I'll tell you why you must visit it. You must visit it because if you want to purchase any books, if you want to download some important research that we have, important documents that we have, if you are a member, you just need to feed your membership details and you can download things. And if you're not a member, I would urge you, please become a member, because you cannot call yourself a quality early childhood educator or a primary years educator if you are not a member of ECA and APER. So the person who was introducing me is Reshma Bijlani, and Reshma is our National Projects Coordinator at ECA APER. And she is the one that mostly all of you coordinate with for your workshops, etc. So she's the one who's the busy bee, working and ensuring that everything happens as it happens in ECA APER. So thank you so much, Reshma. And I can see that at least half of the participants have joined. So we are going to give just a single more minute to the other latecomers also to join, because I usually don't like to wait for latecomers, but because it is Friedrich Froebel's birthday, we can be kind enough to them. To those who have joined, I must say thank you very much. I'm sure your schools have opened with a bang, and I'm sure that you've all done the course of the safe post-COVID reopening of schools certificate course that we have on our website. If you haven't done it, log on to the website that I have given in the chat and ensure that you have done the course. It's going to be a fun evening. We've not kept a workshop or training. It's a quiz. It's a simple quiz on the father of kindergarten. And I hold in my hand the book that we had published about Friedrich Froebel, the father of kindergarten. And if you haven't picked up a copy of this book, you can do it in two ways. Either you can go to Amazon and pick up a copy from there, or you can log on to our website and pick up a copy, because this book I think is a must have for everybody. Once Upon a Gift. It is a book on Froebel and the kindergarten method. For those of you who may not know about Froebel, Froebel was the founder of what you and I now call preschool. So, which means preschools or education for the very young never existed. It just did not exist till Froebel did not come up with it. And not many people know that Montessori was very much influenced by the work of Friedrich Froebel. Froebel designed a lot of gifts and occupations which we all use in our schools: block play, drama, gardening, storytelling, craft, art. All these were developed by Froebel in the first kindergarten that he developed in Germany. Before the pandemic, ECA with School News had organized a pilgrimage to go and visit Froebel's first school, and we are planning to do it again, and we'll keep you informed about the same. But till that time, till you are able to join us on the pilgrimage, I must urge you, you must purchase a copy of this book, Once Upon a Gift, written by myself and my co-author Nasreen Modak Siddiqui. It's very important for us that today is Friedrich Froebel's birthday. And just think about it. More than 150 years ago, this man thought about young children. And not only that, it's not only because of that that we should be remembering him. We should remember him because it's because of him that you and I, the women in education, got a chance to be in education. Yes. Did you know that before Froebel, teachers were all male? No female teachers were there. And it was Froebel who said it's important for teachers to come into the classroom to teach the youngest. And he started the first teacher training institute for teachers. He started the first parent teacher association. And of course, he started the first kindergarten. You must visit his grave in Germany, and it says, "Let us live for our children." And I think that is one of the most important things that we can take back from the work of Froebel. Let us live for our children. So let's do that today, and let's enjoy this wonderful quiz. I'm sure those of you who have joined for the fun, and I'm sure that you are going to participate, and there are some surprise gifts also. So let's see who gets those gifts. We will keep the WhatsApp group active till we announce those prizes and till you receive your gifts. So let's go. Reshma, are you ready with the quiz?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. So let's start the quiz. So you all are going to see a question on the screen. It kind of works like a poll. Okay, you'll see the question, and then Reshma will also be able to show us how many people answered this. I hope so. Otherwise, we'll just talk about it as after every question. So first question is, Friedrich Froebel was a pedagogist from where? From Germany, from Spain, from France, or from England? So please choose your option and then press submit. Where was he from? Was he from Germany? Was he from Spain? Was he from France? Or was he from England?
I think we've got the answers, ma'am. I will end the poll for this one.
So would you be able to show them the number of people who are? Oh, yes. So we have 86% people who said German. We had 2% who said Spanish. We had 12% who said French and 0% who said English. Thank you so much for not saying that he's English. But French, where did you get that from? Friedrich Froebel, maybe the name sounds very French, but no, he was from Germany. And I gave you that clue in the introduction when I talked about the first kindergarten in Germany. Yes, he was a German, and that's where he was. He was born almost on the border of Germany and Switzerland, etc. But he established his kindergartens and all in Germany, so he was a German. Let's go to the next question. So the next question is, what does kindergarten mean? Children are plants, children's garden, garden of children, or planting children? What is the meaning of kindergarten? Is it children are plants, children's garden, garden of children, or planting children? Let's see what we get as an answer to this one. So we have a tie almost between children's garden and garden of children. Now, the actual meaning of the word kindergarten is kinder means child and garten means children. So children's garden would be the nice answer, the right answer, but garden of children or garden for children would be better. So it's not a garden of children. So garden of children means a garden made of children. No, children's garden is the right answer. So the 39% who got it right, kudos to you. Kindergarten. And that is why, if you see, Maria Montessori also named her school Casa de Bambini, which means the house of children. So this was children, garden of children, garden, children's garden, garden, children's garden, kindergarten, children, garden. Let's go to the next question. So question number 3. Where did Froebel found the first kindergarten? Which means where was the first kindergarten founded? Was it founded in Bern? Was it founded in Lausanne? Was it founded in Vienna? Or was it founded in Blankenberg? Let's see if who and how many get this right. Lots of thinking happening. Yes, that's a difficult one. Where was the first kindergarten founded?
Ma'am, shall we put a timer of 40 seconds for answering?
Yeah, you should do that.
Okay.
So that we can go tick, 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 tick. Let's see how many got this right. Okay, 24% says Bern, 8% for Vienna is 32, and 37% got it right. It's Blankenberg. Wow. Yes, in Germany, when you go to this little town, that's where Friedrich Froebel established his first kindergarten, and there is a lovely museum there now, the Friedrich Froebel Museum, where you can see uh, where his house was actually has been turned into a museum. And you can see his little room, and you can see all the original toys and a lot of history about the work of Friedrich Froebel. But congratulations to all of you who got it right. That means I think the ones who got it right must have read the book. Let's go to the next question. Let's see what the next question has for us. Question number 4. Froebel did not believe in learning through play. True or false? Froebel did not believe in learning through play. Is that true or is it false? Let's see. Tick, 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 tick. Let's see if you get it right. Froebel did not believe in learning through play. Froebel did not believe in learning through play.
Okay, let's just give Dr. Watts a couple of minutes, please. Thank you.
Okay, so false. 96% have said and put their stamp false. Of course, Froebel believed in learning through play. How can we say that he did not believe in learning through play? Because play is what Froebel developed. Play is what he said through blocks. Play is what he said through songs, through stories, through drama, through so many other activities that Froebel developed. So play is the work of childhood and play is the engine of learning. And Froebel was the first one to develop a concept of learning through play. Let's see the next question now. So which means we are all right on the right path right now when we know that Froebel developed a kindergarten based on play. Question 5. Froebel created play materials known as. What were his play materials known as? Presents, gifts, didactic equipment, or toys? What were his play materials known as? Presents, gifts, didactic equipment, or toys? Tick, 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 tick. Let's see. Let's see if people get this right. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed. Yes, 71% voted for gifts. That's what he called his play material. Didactic equipment, the 13% who voted for it, it was not didactic material. It was Montessori who developed didactic material. It was not Froebel. Froebel developed gifts. So let's go to the
Okay, oops.
Okay, question number 6. In connection to gifts, Froebel also created what? So he developed gifts and he developed something else. What were they? They were called activities, they were called games, they were called occupations, or were they called creative projects? Let's see what the right answer is. In connection to gifts, Froebel also created activities, games, occupations, or creative projects. Choose the right one. Let's see if you get this right. You got the gifts right. Yes, the answer to the previous question was gifts. Okay, we have a neck to neck happening here where we have 25% of the people who said activities, 23% who said games, 11% who said creative projects. But the right answer goes to the 41% who said occupations. And this is where I will take the opportunity to talk about gifts and occupations. So Froebel developed two kinds of activities for the kindergartens. One was called gifts. Now, gifts were blocks, and the blocks were about 9 different sets, and the blocks progressed from 3D to 2D. 2D means they were flat kind of blocks, then lines, curve lines, dots, all these. So which means it went from 3D to 2D to lines to points. And then children learn to put these lines and points together to create the 3D all over again. So learning comes full circle. And whereas gifts were concerned, which are a set of blocks, if you see the poster that Reshma had put right in the beginning, Reshma, can you put that poster again? That shows a few of the blocks, the gifts that he has designed. And it is very important to understand he designed 3 ways in which to use them. Forms of life, forms of knowledge, and forms of beauty. So it's forms of life, forms of beauty, and forms of knowledge. So what he used to do was he used to tell children, same board blocks are given, and then not this, you had put some other poster when we started. It was a yellow color poster. When we, it's okay, Reshma, it's okay, don't put. Very important to understand the same set of blocks are given to a child, and then the child is first told, make from these blocks forms of life, which means things that you see around you. So children will make a bench or a chair or, stuff like that, what they see around them. Then the same set of blocks is given to them, and now they are told, make forms of beauty from it. So which means now children have to think of designs, not something that they have seen. They have to imagine. And they use the same blocks to make designs. Then the same blocks are given to the children and they are told, now use it for forms of knowledge, which means the teachers, the kindergartners. Kindergartners are not children. Teachers were called kindergartners. Kindergartners would now show them the shapes, color, 1 plus 1 makes 2. How many sides does this shape have? Forms of knowledge. So you see what he did 150 years ago. He taught children cognitive flexibility. Cognitive flexibility means learning to see different things in the same thing. So the object remains the same, but the way you use it becomes different. So every time you are thinking of a new way to use it, forms of life, forms of beauty, forms of knowledge. Imagine at that 150 years ago, he was grooming children's minds to become flexible, to have cognitive flexibility. And that's what now is the need of the hour. We need children to learn to use, to recycle, to reuse. And that's where this cognitive flexibility helps. That this is a bottle of water which I have thrown. But what else can I see in it? Can I see a forms of life in it? Which means maybe a pen stand or something that I can use in my everyday life? Or can I see a form of beauty in it? Something that I can design out of it? Or can I see a form of knowledge in it? So it becomes very important to understand three ways of using the gifts. Then he designed occupations. Occupations are activities like craft, weaving, stitching, and gardening, pasting, origami. All these are activities that were part of occupations. Now, what children learnt was that gifts, you can play, you can take them out of the box, you can play with them, and then they go back to the original form, which means they came out of a box in a particular way. They can go back to the original form. But in occupations, once you've torn a piece of paper, once you've stuck something on it, once you've painted on it, it cannot go back to its original form. So gifts help them understand the physical world, designs, shapes. Occupations help them understand what to do with the things that they have around them, the materials that they have around them. And that is the difference between the gifts and the occupations. Let's go to the next question now. Let's see what is the next question in store for us. Question number 7. Froebel created 3 different ways to play with gifts. Which of the following forms are accurate? Forms of life, forms of knowledge, forms of beauty, or forms of life, forms of creativity, forms of construction, or forms of knowledge, forms of passion, forms of creativity, or forms of beauty, forms of ideas, forms of activities. Now, come on, this is going to be easy. I've already given you the clue. Let's see how many of you get it right. Tick, 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 tick. Let's see how many of you get it right. We still had 25% and 14% and 9% who didn't get it right. Were you not listening to me? I just explained to you forms of life, forms of beauty, forms of knowledge. That's how he used 3 different ways to play with the gifts. 52% of you got it right, correct. And you were the ones who were listening. Come on, others, put on your listening ears. Come on, everybody. Let's go to the next question. What does the next question have in store for us? Question number 8. Froebel valued dash as the first educator of the child. Teacher, mother, or guardian? Who did Froebel value as the first educator of the child? Come on, let's see how many of you get this right. Who is the first educator of the child? The teacher, the mother, or the guardian? Let's see. Teacher, mother, guardian. Teacher, mother, guardian. Let's see how many of you got this. Mother. 80% voted for mother. We still have 13% who said teacher and 7% who said guardian. Guardian, to a large extent, is also right. For what about those children who may not be having a parent? But otherwise, what Froebel stood for was mother. Froebel considered that the mothers should take the initiative to understand children. Of course, he said fathers also play an important role, but he said mothers. Why? Because he said mothers have a unique attachment to children. It's the first face that a child sees or stares at for a long time. It's the first touch that the child feels and bonds with for the first time. And that's why he wrote things like mother songs. And if you now listen to research, you will realize that mothers, research has found, have a special voice. It's called motherese. Motherese is a particular pitch that a mother's voice takes. And that's why children listen more to their mothers than their fathers. Because at that growing up age, mother's voice suddenly has a particular pitch, which is called motherese. And Froebel knew this 150 years back. And that's why he said mothers play a very crucial role in the education of their children. So previously in those times, what used to happen was people had a lot of children. So mothers used to just leave children, and not spend enough time with them. They had their housework, they had their field work. So what Froebel wanted was that mothers should spend more time as a one-to-one activity with children, so that children have attachment bonds, which are so important in the growing years. So he wrote a lot of books for mothers, and he wrote a lot of songs for mothers also. And when you listen to his songs, you will realize Pat a Cake, Baker's Man, and all these songs were originally written by Froebel, and then they were adapted from it. So, which means songs in the kindergarten or rhymes in the kindergarten, that concept has come from Froebel. Let's go to the next question. So let's see now what's our next question. What do we have in store for us? Question 9. Dash acted as a link between the home and school environment. What was it that acted as a link between the home and school environment? Was it a playground? Was it the kindergarten? Or was it the classroom? Let's see who gets this right. Dash acted as a link between the home and school environment. Playground, kindergarten, or classroom? Let's see which one. Dash acted as a link between the home and school environment. Let's see who gets it right. 22% said playground, 9% said classroom, and 69% said kindergarten. And it's the 69% who is right. The kindergarten acted as a link between the home and school environment. Remember, it's a quiz on Froebel and the kindergarten method. So what Froebel said was that the kindergarten will act as a link between the school and the home, which is what in today's world we call parent partnership. So when we say we have a partnership with parents, so he said it's the kindergarten which will work as a link between the school and the home of the child. What he wanted was that what the kindergartners, the teachers were doing in the kindergarten, the parents should do at home. Only when this link is established will the child's life and development flourish. Let's go to the next question. Question 10. What did Froebel create to support parents' understanding of children's need to play? I've already given you a clue to this. What did Froebel create to support parents' understanding of children's need to play? Pamphlets, mother songs and plays, or occupations? What did he create to help parents understand that children learn through play? Pamphlets, mother songs and plays, or occupations? Let's see who gets it right. How many of you are going to get it right? Okay, so we still have 2% who said pamphlets, 14% who said occupations, but we have 84% who said mother songs and play. They were the ones using their listening ears. Very good. Yes, Froebel created mother songs and plays to help parents and mothers especially understand that, child is not trifling away his time by playing, because parents in those days used to think like that. Play? I don't want my child to waste the time in playing. But so that's when Froebel decided it's time to educate the mother to understand that, see what the child is doing when the child is playing. And you will realize the child is not playing. The child is learning. The child is experimenting. And that's the way children learn in early childhood. So mother, play, and songs. If you want to read Mother, Play, and Songs, Froebel has written a book available on Amazon. You can always go and find it, or you can buy the Early Childhood Association book, Once Upon a Gift, which has explained mother songs and plays in detail in the book. Let's go to the next question. So we have now question 11. Children's dash are encouraged and stimulated by concerted means. What of children are encouraged? Okay, children's observation, children's writing, or children's imagination are encouraged and stimulated by concerted means. Let's see which one. Let's see what. Let's see who gets this right. Yes, let's see who has got it right. Imagination, absolutely. So, when children imagine, it encourages, definitely it encourages their learning. But children, when they are observed, also, we are able to develop an understanding of how children are learning. So observation would be the right answer, that when they observe, they learn much better. And of course, imagination also plays an important part. Let's go to the next one.
This is question number 12.
Okay. The Froebel gifts are dash number, although only the first 7 are usually known as Froebel's gifts. So basically the question is asking you how many total number of gifts were developed by Froebel, 30, 20 or 10? How many were developed by Froebel, 30, 20 or 10? Let's see who gets this. 30, 20 or 12? How many? Yes, let's see the answer. Some people said 30, 28% of you said 30, 30% of you said 20, and 43% of you said 10. Now, I'm very curious to know about these 28% and these 30%. So if you have read the book, you wouldn't have said this answer. So which means tukka lagaya, ऐसे ही चलो लगा दो, ज़्यादा तो अच्छा है. No. 10. Froebel's gifts are 10 in number, and he is said to have in his lifetime developed the first 7, and then later on after his death, because he had already made a plan for all this, his followers developed the rest. But they're all attributed to Froebel. Froebel has 10 gifts, and we have a special offer because ECA has tied up with the country's almost only manufacturer of Froebel's gifts. You know, it's sad that most preschools don't have Froebel's gifts, and they are such a fantastic learning tool. I would urge all of you, you should all buy gifts, the Froebel gifts for your early childhood centers, because they are a fabulous learning tool, especially in today's day and age, when we talk about coding and we talk about logic and we talk about STEAM and we talk about multiple intelligences, all found in his gifts. If you don't have his gifts in your center, something is missing in your center. So I would urge Reshma, at the end of the session, we have a poster which will tell you about where you can buy the Froebel gifts from, and ECA members get a special discount also. So let's go to the next slide.
Ma'am, that were all the questions.
Okay, we have 12 questions, and yay! I would say there were almost 42% of you who did a great job. Now, because we have a little time on hand, I would urge all of you to switch on your cameras so that I can also see your beautiful faces. And then we will, you can raise your hand, which is given down there. You know, there is an option given of raise hand. And if you want to ask a question, then I will also take a few questions. So you can all switch on your cameras, but please keep yourself on mute. But you can switch on your cameras. Let me see your pretty beautiful faces. But keep your mic off, please. Mic's off, camera on. Mic's off, camera on. So Sandhya, Nikita, Gaurav, Veena, you can put your cameras on. Ashwini, you can put your camera on. Are they able to put their camera on, Reshma?
Yes, ma'am.
Because they're saying camera is disabled.
No, ma'am. Otherwise, not even one will come on. So I can see a few. Yes,
Because
I will unspotlight you. Maybe that is why you're not able to see them. I'll just.
Because I don't see anybody's camera on.
Can you see them now, ma'am?
Nobody. Let me go on gallery view.
Yes, ma'am.
Still, nobody's cameras are on. I'll
Okay.
send a snapshot of what I can see. I don't see anybody's cameras on. Yes, we have raised. So I'm going to just send you quickly a camera shot of what I can see on my screen. So you'll be able to understand. But we have Saleha and Charu. So Saleha, go ahead and ask your question. Unmute yourself and ask your question, Saleha.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
It was a really nice session, very crisp, very apt. Though I don't have any question right now, but I was really impressed. And I had attended your workshops previously as well. But on the online platforms is the first workshop I've attended. And I'm looking forward to attend many other workshops. And it was really exciting to attend this quiz, especially, even though I wasn't prepared for the quiz, but I felt I was satisfied to answer so many questions. And I could see the child in myself when I got the correct answer. I was so excited, so happy.
I know. You know, we said this is the right way now to engage educators because, online workshops have kind of become a little tedious now.
Yes.
This is the right way, just to keep it crisp and, give people little tidbits of information and let them also participate because that's what is required, two-way participation.
Yes.
So thank you so much for enrolling. I can see your beautiful faces now. It's so much fun, Sandhya. I can see you smiling away.
Intimating, for your next workshop.
Absolutely.
Forward.
Same here, Saleh. And if you've not bought the book, please buy it. It will make
This is the first thing I'm going to do.
Froebel very happy. It will make Froebel very happy. Okay, Reshma Zamindar has also raised her hand. So Reshma, go ahead and ask your question. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Like always, your sessions are so excellent. They're just excellent. And today's idea was also fabulous. And what better way to celebrate Froebel's birthday than to have Dr. Watts sharing his information with all of us.
Thank you so much, Reshma. And thank you for joining because I know how exhausted you all must be with schools open now physically and so many issues, as everybody's still settling, teething problems are still there. So you guys are the best educators for having joined. So this is a round of applause for all of you all. And if any one of you don't still have the book Once Upon a Gift, please, I urge you all, please buy it. And if you don't have the gifts in your school, Froebel's gifts, you must purchase them. They are really a must.
In fact, that's why I wanted to just tell you that recently I attended a workshop of Froebel's gifts by Eklavya School, Ahmedabad.
Okay.
And they have a lot of these blocks which they have made on themselves. I think in Talim, that company that they had set up, factory that set up. And now, unfortunately, that's closed. And I so much wanted these blocks for these gifts for my school. And today, when you announced that it's you're going to, share where we can get it, I'm so glad. Thank you so much. It's always you who give us, the right links to these resources. And my preschool has been enriched with all your knowledge so far. Thank you so much.
Sweet of you to say that. It means a lot to us because that is what we are here for. And please be careful when you all are buying Froebel's gifts, because when he made his gifts, there were certain specifications and sizes that he wanted. And a lot of people are not keeping that in mind. So when we tied up with this company in Delhi, we ensured that he gave us the samples, then we approved the samples, and then only they are out in the market, because they are the right Froebel gifts that we can vouch for, you know. So Reshma will be putting up the poster very soon, but I have also put Reshma's email ID in the chat box in case you want to reach out for anything, whether it's the book, whether it's the gifts. Please reach out to her email address. Please remember, it's ECA admin without an I. So just copy that email address which I have given there. Okay. Is anybody else has raised their hand? Anybody else? I have Suman here. Wow, she's joined from London.
Good
Hi,
evening,
how are
ma'am.
you?
Good evening. So lovely to see you and to hear you. And it's beautiful, even though it's a virtual connection, but
Yes.
feeling so good.
You know, when I'm
Uh,
seeing all these familiar faces, I'm saying, oh, she's also here. Oh, she's also here. Dhara is here. Dhara Mistry is here. Wow. Monica is here. So many.
Wonderful session. Thank you, ma'am. Wonderful session.
It's wonderful to have all of you here, really, because the best way to celebrate Froebel's birthday is by bringing like-minded educators together who believe in him and who want to celebrate what he stood for. You know, that is why we thought of organizing this and keeping it short and crisp and nice. We have Sudeshna Hore. I think she's traveling somewhere. That's why she's all masked up. But very nice to know, Sudeshna, you're wearing a mask, because otherwise most people are not wearing a mask, and that's why it's spreading now in Delhi. So I would urge everybody to be like Sudeshna and please wear a mask. And look at her commitment. She's traveling. Look at that.
Yes, ma'am. Getting
She's
back.
in charge. Ma'am, she's in charge of one of our school branches.
Okay. Wow.
Ma'am,
Look,
I started from the school, but I got so much engrossed, I couldn't leave it anymore. So I just kept on my headphones and I'm traveling and listening.
look at her commitment, really.
No one wants to miss your sessions, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, that's the greatest thing.
We have Pragati who has raised her hand, and Minal Arora. So we'll go with Pragati first. Yes, Pragati.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, I'm the HM from Bhavnagar. I'm part of your system only.
I know.
Ma'am, we meet when you come here for launching a Once Upon a Story.
Yes.
And ma'am, I attended many workshops of yours. And after a long time, I'm hearing you. It's glad to meet you, ma'am, and hear you.
So sweet, you know, when my own HM gets to come on a ECA Zoom platform to meet me, it shows.
Yes, ma'am.
Commitment, I tell you, really. Thank you so much, Pragati. Thank you, dear. Let's go to Meenal. Meenal. After that, we will take Sandhya, and then Gaurav, and then Devina. That's it. Meenal, yes, please.
A very good evening, ma'am. And you indeed have made each of our evenings good today, because it was a lovely session. I've attended a couple of your previous sessions as well. And ma'am, I just wanted to ask you, have heard about Montessori method? I've seen Montessori equipment, but today was the first time that I came to know about the Froebel material. I've read about it when I did my principles of education for my TTC. I've read about it a couple of times for different papers, but haven't seen the material. Today was the first time I just, I came across this material. So that was a good thing. I mean, I came to learn something new today.
Absolutely, Meenal. Absolutely.
A lovely session. And just now I saw the pamphlet. I think ma'am has circulated in the WhatsApp group. So it's a nice thing, because I'm quite attached to the Montessori material, because I've been a part of the Montessori system for quite some time. Yes. And it is, I indeed vouch for that, but it was indeed nice to hear about Froebel.
Nina, let me tell you that Montessori was influenced by Froebel. So when she saw his gifts, based on it, she developed her didactic material, and she has given him credit also in many of her writings. But it's just sad that the world and the media have never highlighted this fact. You know, she was a woman, so she knew how to market her ideas. Froebel, poor man, he was a man, he was not able to market his ideas. And that's
not
why
many people know about him actually.
not many people know about him. And if you notice the series that ECA has come out with, Once Upon a Story is about Gijubai Badeka, again a man who's forgotten in our country. Friedrich Froebel, again a man who the world has forgotten, who was the first one before Montessori to give us kindergarten. But we know Montessori and we don't know Froebel. So, it is just to write these forgotten heroes that we are coming out with these series. And we are thankful to Crossword for publishing these books. Thank you so much, Meenal, for being here. Let's go
Thank
to
you
Sandhya.
very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, Sandhya, how are you?
I'm good, ma'am. I'm so glad to see you. It's always a pleasure to see you and talk with you. And all those memories of our trip, pilgrimage trip, flashed back,
Yes.
and
Yes.
I'm reliving those
Sandhya was
moments as
part
of
of
now.
a pilgrimage, and she came and she visited Froebel's first kindergarten
Yes,
and
ma'am.
Maria Montessori's first Casa Bambino. So,
That was
Sandhya,
an amazing trip, and we had a lot of learning. And I should say, you are our Frobel, you are our Montessori.
oh, so sweet.
Yes, ma'am. You are like, for us,
I'm
you are
humbled.
everything, ma'am.
I
For
am
us,
humbled
you're
that
everything.
you did
Yes,
that.
ma'am. Love you so much, and thank you for all that you do for all the early years children education. And I always admire you, ma'am. Love you,
Thank you
ma'am.
for being here, Sandhya. When I see your faces, it feels so good,
I
So,
know those days, the way we spent, at
absolutely.
Germany and Italy and all.
Thank
Love
you
you,
so
love
much,
you,
Sandhya.
ma'am. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you, ma'am.
Gauravji, yes, Gauravji, over to you.
Good evening. I have been following and I've been a member of ECA since 2014. And
Wow.
during COVID, I have been attending all your workshops. I've
Wow.
never missed any of your workshops and attended it many times. You have
Wow.
really enriched our lives, ma'am. You have changed our focus from just education to quality education. That
Wow.
is
I
the
think
biggest change that you have done.
that's the best compliment you could have given us, really, Mr. Gaurav, really. And look at it. He's the only man in all of you women out here. And that's why kudos to him. Clap hands for him, really. We need more committed
And we
men
can't
now
see
also.
anybody. We can't
Yeah.
see anybody except ourselves. Or everywhere, no other faces can be seen, ma'am. So
Thankfully,
we
now
don't know
I'm
who is
able
Mr.
to
Gaurav
see
Khanna.
faces, So
We can
over
just see ourselves and you. That's it.
Okay. Savita Makhija, over to you.
Sorry, ma'am,
Yes,
before, sorry, you need to change your own views. You'll be able to see everyone, ma'am. Thank you.
good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening. I've also been an avid fan of you. I've been attending your workshops, quite a few. I've attended Spiral curriculum also and learned a lot. After doing B.Ed, we had all forgotten that, this was
Yes.
to be used. And your sessions have been reinforcing such things. And we have been using. I run my school, primary school, since last 22 years now. And I just wanted to seek some advice on that in case if it is the right platform.
So
That
what I can do is I will give
yes,
you my email address
yes,
and
please.
my WhatsApp number,
Yes,
and
please.
we can directly connect on that,
All right.
So
Oh, that would be wonderful,
for your
ma'am. Thank you
point.
so much.
So
Yeah,
this is
thank you
the
so
email
much.
address which I have put here,
Yeah.
and the 6639870. Here's my WhatsApp number.
Yes. I think I have this already. Thank you so much. So
Okay,
kind of
just
you
reach out
to
to
do
me.
that. Yeah.
And if you send me a voice note, I will immediately reply to you, and
All right.
I can give you any help or any support that you require.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank
Reshma,
you.
do we have any more hands up? Because I'm trying to go from screen to screen, but I don't see any more hands up.
No, ma'am. No more hands up.
No.
No.
Let me just once more just go through the slides to see if anybody else is having any hands up.
I think Reshma Zaminda
Ma'am,
wants to ask a
yes, ma'am.
question.
I just had one question.
Yes, please.
The list of these Frobel gifts, which is sent in the WhatsApp, the poster, it has some numbers missing. So why is that so? Number
So
one
basically, when he wanted to make a kit which is affordable for the schools, so we took out the ones which were very expensive, but he has all of them. So when we had told him, okay, give us a kit, where gifts are there, which can be affordable for the schools. So the expensive ones were removed from it, but he can make them all for you. Like for my school, we've got all of them made and he supplied to all my schools.
Okay. Thank you so much.
But please connect with him. And there is also a course we have started. I have curated a course on Froebel. It's a certificate course. Reshma will share that also with you both on the WhatsApp and here. This is the course, and it's a wonderful certificate course on Froebel. ECA members, of course, get a discount. If you want to learn more about Froebel, it's a completely online course, so you don't have to go physically anywhere. It's on a very good platform, so it's a very friendly platform called iLearning, and you can do the course, get the certificate, because I feel more and more people should know much more about Froebel. You know, the more we know about all these pedagogists, that we will be able to enrich our schools and our curriculums. So I really urge you all to please enroll for the course. And it's a short certificate course, and it's an online course, and it can be done at your own pace. So it's not that, you know, you have to complete it in 2 months or complete it in 3 months. It's a 4-month course, but you can do it at your own individual pace. So that's about it. Buy the book, Froebel Gifts, invest in the Froebel Gifts. And if you are a constant learner, please do this course, because it's a must for anybody who wants to know more about Froebel or has already fallen in love with Froebel. So thank you very much, all of you, for being here and spending this wonderful evening with us. And we're going to do more such evenings, you know, just having fun, interacting with each other and doing quizzes, because I think that's what keeps us all going and connected to each other. So I don't know whose phone is it. I mean, whose name is it? Because the name just says Redmi Note 7 Pro and the hand is up. So who is that person who wants to ask a question?
Ma'am, evening, ma'am. My name is Savita.
Okay, Savita, tell me, Savita.
Yes, ma'am. Happy to listen to your voice, ma'am. We are happy to see you here. We are so happy, ma'am, for your wonderful words and all. That is so glad to you, ma'am.
So sweet of you. So sweet
Yes,
of
ma'am. Yes,
Really.
ma'am. Thank you for your such a wonderful session, ma'am. We are happy to listen to your voice. We have to see your face and all. Very happy, ma'am, for that.
So sweet. Thank you so much, everybody, to each one of you. And
Thank you,
once
ma'am.
more, very happy birthday to Friedrich Froebel. And may he live long in our minds, in our schools, and with his book in our library. So all the best to all of us. And more conversations on this can happen on the WhatsApp group. But thank you, everybody. And thank you, Reshma, for support.
Thank you, Dr. Vats, for a wonderfully engaging session. I'm sure I speak the voice of all the participants. And we are lucky today, most of those who registered for the session did come in and attend. So thank you to all the participants for making it. I will share all the information for the membership as well as for this course on the WhatsApp group there. Anything else? Ma'am has already shared our email ID and you can get in touch with us. We'll be happy to help. Have a lovely evening. Thank you. See you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Love you, ma'am.
Thank you, Reshma.
Welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.